Alright, well I just got this little guy, which is a new type of cleaning car that I didn't have, or at least new to me, because I've only ever had the those other Tomix vacuum cleaner cars. This is something a little bit different. I thought I'd try it. It wasn't too expensive. I think it was like 30 bucks, maybe. I'm gonna look. 24, it was $24, pretty much flat. This is I'm gonna butcher this, but Tsugawa brand. Never had anything from them before. They don't really make too much stuff from what I can tell, but they are obviously Japanese. Lots of Japanese text all throughout. No idea what it says. Obviously you can do a translator app to figure that out. In fact, I'll translate this side later, but here it is. So, let's see what you all get. You get the little car, which is not powered. I think there is a powered version of this that would put around on its own, but I feel like I didn't need that. I think that one was like closer to 60. So what I'll probably end up doing is, there's like a little something in the window there. I don't know if you can tell in the video or not, but it looks like is there film or something? I don't know. But it looks cool. It's nice and little and neat. And I do know, like obviously there's nothing underneath. It weighs a decent amount for the size. There's a big weight in there I can see. But the main point of this is this extra bit right here. Ooh, and you get two of them, it looks like. So this little part is like it's like a hard foam. If I can keep it in focus, it's always tough to do. But this part slides in like so, and then there's like a little thingy there to push it down onto the track. And so what you do is you pull this along, and then this like kind of sweeps the track behind it to kind of really rub out any grease and grime that might be on it. So that's pretty cool, because the only other thing I have are these Tomix vacuum cars. Like I said, there's a vacuum underneath that goes around, sweeps up all the dust. Both of these are the exact same thing, just a different color. I got two because this blue guy kind of stopped working on me. I mean, not stopped, but wasn't as powerful. And you can get these pretty cheap. These are like 30 bucks too, when you can find a good deal and from the right place. So that's why I ended up getting a second one. It does come with a little of an attachment that goes in this vacuum that spins as a little clip for wiping and cleaning, but I found like it didn't work too well when I used it, and it didn't really seem like it was doing what it needed to do. So I never really used those. I just used these for the vacuum components. So now the idea is going to be run both of those and then have this guy at the end, like so, sweeping up the tail end of that grease and grime. So hopefully this works. We'll see. I don't know. So what I have been doing when everything's something greasy or grimy, I just take a paper towel and like rub the track a little bit, and that seems to do the job. But if this can assist with that or help, you know, I figured, hey, why not try it and give it a good go around and see what happens. So I'm gonna do that right now because I haven't cleaned the track in a while. So we're gonna put it around and just see how this works. So as far as what else is in the box, I didn't even think to look underneath here, but there is some paperwork. Let's take a peek at that. Look, you even get stickers. Rail cleaning. That's cool. You can really spruce it up unnecessarily, but you can make it look good. There's also this little bit, which I didn't see at first, but it looks like these little thingies on the bottom pop off, and it looks like they go in the little holes there to make it a little bit more accessorized. So let's try to see what that can do too. Paperwork wise, here's what we got. There's what it's made up of, all your components down here. And then everything else up here. So it talks about the stickers, the connectors. You can get it in yellow. I got the green one because I thought it looked better. says something about it can't go around turns very well. And you're also supposed to dip it in some sort of solution. Let me translate what that has to say. That might help, that might make it worse, I don't know. I'm gonna look and see what happens and go from there. Alright, well after reading the instructions, it does say to use a solution with any old household cleaner at like a 3-to-1 ratio between that and water. So I'll end up doing that, which I think you need to because looking at it, the sponge itself is so hard, like the back wheels, you know, they don't even touch if you just use the sponge as is. So I think you need the solution that will wet this down and make it a little bit more spongy, and then those wheels will actually fall on the track instead of, you know, not as they are right now. All right, let's see what happens here. I got my cleaning solution. Not much there, but it doesn't take much because it's just a tiny little sponge. So we're gonna dip this down and then let it soak up. That was quick. And then they said to wring it out so that it doesn't drip. So I'm gonna squeeze it some. There we go. All right, we are sponging. So we got the vacuums on the track with the train in front. So I'm just gonna pop this on like so and get it to connect. Bam. This thing's all set and aligned. Yeah, let's see what happens here. I have no idea. But that's why we're experimenting and seeing what comes of this sponge thingy. So let's get it going and see what happens. Okay, and we're cleaning. You can hear the vacuums wind up as it sucks up the dust. And then of course we got this little guy mopping up the place. Look at that shiny track. So you want to go nice and slow. This is pretty much as fast as you go here when you clean. Make sure you get everything. So we'll let that go around a circuit and see what happens. Alright, well there's one circuit. Couple things to note. This thing did become disattached behind the couch over there. Don't know why, but all I did was back it up and it reattached itself and we were able to continue. No big deal. The other thing is it looks like something knocked it or nailed it because you can see it's like pushed this way somehow. So I don't know what would have caused that. Maybe that tunnel over there. Who knows? But we made a circuit. All good. Usually this guy, since he works the best, has all the dust. There's all the grime. This was perfectly clean when I put it on. So that's some of it, of course. And then more of it gets collected in this little house, which I'll put that thing in for now. So you can see that works pretty darn good. Let's check the blue guy just because, again, he doesn't work as well. There's a little bit up there. I usually send this stuff around twice just to make sure I hit everything, so we'll do that for sure. But the real question is, how did this work? In theory, if it was working good, this should be all kind of gunky up underneath. And there's a little bit, so it's doing something, I guess. Still kind of wet, so that's good. Obviously, the more times you're gonna use this, the more times it's gonna get dirty on you. So that's why they probably gave you 2, and you can probably buy more if you need to, but this will probably work for now. I just need to like rub it down and make sure it's squeaky clean. So I'm gonna send this around again and then do the other loop because all these loops are disconnected right now. Clean all the track up real good and then debrief at the end to see how this thing turns out and works. So there you go. So far, one circuit in, we're looking pretty good. I can tell you that because this thing disconnected, I was looking at this a little bit closer. It does, the coupler hangs a bit lower than the other one. So even if I push that down, you can see the height difference. So probably when it came off the hill there, it was just barely hanging on and then it just disconnected at that point. So I'm gonna try this again, see if it disconnects again. Hopefully it doesn't because I want this to stay on. So here we go. We'll see what happens after the full clean. And there we are. So that's 2 complete circuits on both loops. It did disconnect 2 more times, which is unfortunate. So I'll have to fiddle with that coupler, maybe put a car in between that's a little bit more in between the heights of that coupler, because a couple parts where it just would not stay together. So big verdict is how well did it clean. There's a lot more gunk on this time because it did go around 75% more. Also, when I was like fiddling with it, because it was like coming along the track here or something, and the whole sponge came off like that, which is really easy to do when it's wet because the whole thing got soaked up. When I first started, this top part was still really hard, so it just kind of stayed in there really good. But no matter, you can easily slide it back in and continue on your cleaning journey. So the track looks fine. It actually worked, which is a good plus for me, I think. I mean, you can see the visual evidence of what it picked up. Hopefully it worked well. Yeah, I can approve this. This is a good test for $25 or however much it was, all in. So yeah, I'm happy with it. It's pretty good. And then of course the vacuums help as well with the dusting. People say, oh, don't put N-scale on carpet. You're gonna pick up carpet fibers. I have not once ever had any issue ever with carpet fibers. I mean, if you look at this, that ain't carpet. That's all dust. Like typical normal dust you'd even get on a tabletop. There's no carpet in there. So it's not an issue. And I've been doing this since 2016. I've had it on carpet, and not once have ever had carpet fiber problems with my engines or any evidence of it at all. And it's not like I have super good carpet here. This is the 3rd place I've been in since then too. So it's an urban myth to me. It makes no sense of why people even say that. So don't knock it until you try it. And I've tried it and I've never had an issue. So I'm continuing to do this. Money in the bank, that's what I think. Yeah, so I'm happy with the layout. I'm happy with the vacuum carpet cleaners. Or not carpet cleaners, but the vacuum cleaners that cleans up all the dust and stuff like that. And then now I got a little something for the grime as well. So all in, all good. I'm happy with it. So there you go.